is up, guys? It's Wolf Bites, and today I'm bringing you guys a brand new video. Today I'm going to be doing an unboxing of the GeForce GTX 1080 from Nvidia, and yeah, let's get right into it. So the first thing that we have is on the back of the box. It tells you different specs and the different features that the card comes with. And let me just read some of them off to you. It's powered by Nvidia's Pascal architecture. Has high bandwidth GDDR5X and support for DirectX 12. It's also VR ready, and it comes with next gen gaming technologies, including Nvidia GameWorks and ultra high resolution and multi-monitor setups. So that's what it says on the back right here. This card is very heavy, as you can tell. It's probably weighs about 8 to 10 pounds, the whole box. Here on the bottom of the case, it reads some key features and other specs. So key features being VR ready, Nvidia GameWorks, VRWorks, game ready drivers, G-Sync, DirectX 12. The minimum system requirements are obviously a PCI Express slot and your motherboard, a 1-pin PCI Express supplementary power connector. So 8-pin power connector is required. It has you need 8 gigabytes of system memory, so you can't even run it if you don't have at least 8 gigabytes of RAM. Internet, Windows 10, Windows 8.1, or Windows 7. And in the box comes the 1080 and the quick start guide. So as you can tell, it's pretty heavy. And let's open it up. So now we're gonna take it out. Ready? Oh, it comes in another box, just like the first one. Very similar. We're gonna put that to the side. Let's see how we open this, because I don't even know how to open it. Okay. It has 2 little tape things here. There's one. Okay. So now we take the top off. There it is. There is the GTX 1080. So first, before we take that out, we're gonna look at this little thing. Comes with welcome to GeForce GTX Gaming. And I could barely read this, by the way. You have to like shine it in the light just to read that. So you get a cool little badge sticker to put on your computer, and just as your new GeForce GTX powered hardware comes with some unique gamer swag. Don't affix it to your notebook or desktop's internals, your sibling's hair, or your pet. So it comes with a badge in here. And then it comes with a support guide and a quick start guide. I don't think it comes with any discs. So now we're gonna take this bad boy out. If it'll come out. There we go. So the actual packaging, pretty good quality, I would say. I like this case right here. It's very hard, and you could just put that back and just set it to the side. So now we're gonna take the graphics card out of its packaging and put in the anti-static wrap. So here's the actual card, guys. It's very heavy compared to my old 980. It comes with, as you can see here, these are the ports. It comes with a HDMI, a display. It comes with 3 display ports, an HDMI, and a DVI cable connector. It comes with a little plastic wrap here. It says GTX 1080 right there. Comes with a nice little fan right here. This is the Founders Edition, by the way, so it's gonna be the reference card. Comes with a back plate, very nice. Keeps it protected. And here it comes with the LED GeForce GTX, like most reference cards, and it has a 8-pin power connector for your power supply. So that is it for the unboxing, guys. Now we're gonna jump into the benchmarking and see how this card performs.
Okay, so now we're gonna go into the benchmarking and
Okay guys, so now I'm going to be doing some benchmarks with the GTX 1080. I'm going to be doing 5 different games. The first game being Overwatch. Overwatch ran perfectly with the GTX 1080 at epic settings 1440p. It ran with a max frame rate of 97 frames per second and a minimum of 64 and on average 77 frames per second, which is incredible for a 1440p and epic settings. That's amazing with this card. The next game we're going to be looking at is The Witcher 3. The Witcher 3 did have some hard times running it at ultra settings, but I could not get it to run smooth 60 FPS or anything like that at ultra settings or with the hairworks on. So I did put the settings down to high and we got an average frame rate of 73 frames per second and a minimum of 51 and a maximum of 87. The next game that we're going to be benchmarking is PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is a pretty popular game right now. It's still in early access, but nonetheless, we got an average of 52 frames on the GTX 1080 at full 1440p ultra settings, which is pretty hard to do in this game. Actually, it's not very optimized, but we still managed to pull off at least 50 frames. We got a minimum of 40 and a maximum of 63, so the game runs pretty good. Our next game is Rainbow Six Siege. Rainbow Six Siege has an average of 104 FPS and a minimum of 97 and a maximum of 116. So this game runs perfectly at 1440p on this card. You can probably run it at 4K too at very high settings, or even ultra settings probably, with this GTX 1080. And the last game that we did benchmark is Battlefield 1, which we got an average of 70 frames per second and a minimum of 50 and a maximum of 89. And at 1440p, guys, this is probably a better bang for buck than the GTX 1070 because, as you know now, the GPU market has kind of crashed. And the only Nvidia GPUs that have not really been touched by the crypto mining scandal or anything that you want to call it, the situation, the only GPUs that have not been touched are the GTX 1050 Ti and the GTX 1080, which is why I decided to go with the 1080 over the 1070 because the 1070 is around $450 minimum right now, and I've seen some of them even going for $600, which is pretty crazy considering you could just pay $500 and get a GTX 1080, which is exactly what I did. I'm not gonna pay. I might as well just pay a little bit extra and you get more longevity out of your graphics card. So with that being said, guys, this is one of the best graphics cards that you could buy right now. I think it's very much worth the money, and I highly recommend that you guys pick one up if you have the money and you have the build for it. It is going to cost you around $500, but honestly it's better than getting a 1070 for $450 in my opinion, because the 1070 you just pay a little bit more and you actually do get better performance, and it's gonna last you a longer time than the 1070 because